Welcome to a special episode of No Improvement Needed. On this episode, we'll be discussing the first two parts of The Last Dance about Michael Jordan and the 1998 Chicago change your opinions on Michael Jordan? And we're going to start with Mike Woods.
I was kind of torn between. I wanted more of the first part, but it didn't really change nothing in the first two episodes. I'm hoping for a little bit more. Nothing. Me being, I guess, the oldest one of this group, I didn't hear anything different from what I had heard in the past about him. Being that he was can be a bad teammate to some people at times, and you have to be a special person to play for him. So it didn't change how I felt about it.
Yeah, I think we gotta wait. I think we gotta, for the younger people, I think we're gonna have to wait a little minute deep into the series before we really figure out who we think he is versus who we thought he was. So I think probably like deep on like episode 6, stuff like that, you probably start getting a better feel for him.
Yeah, so far it haven't changed my opinion.
Yeah,
my opinion still the same. Yeah, so far.
I'm still not a fan of him. I'm just gonna be honest.
Why are you not a fan of him?
I just don't like him. I just feel like we know he's great, but I just feel like people, give him too much credit and stuff.
You don't like the basketball part, or you don't like the
basketball part. I just don't think me personally, I still don't think he's as great as people try to make it seem. But I'm just gonna continue to watch.
What make you feel like with the videos and the clips that you see?
We got
talent wise, he was probably the best. You couldn't, talent wise, you can't compare anybody before Kobe and LeBron. Kobe and LeBron, skill set wise and talent wise to him.
Me personally, I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like 80s basketball was, of course I wasn't born then. For people watching, I wasn't born then, of course. But 80s basketball, I feel like was pretty good with Magic, Larry, Isaiah, stuff like that. But when we get to the 90s, I just feel like it wasn't another superstar really to challenge Michael Jordan or whatever like that.
I don't think the skill
level. That's what I'm saying.
I think it was more like bully
ball,
man. Who the tough guy and stuff like that. I don't think it.
Yeah, you had all the centers and stuff like the lead.
But I think even with that, me being, like I said, I've been blessed to be able to see both of them, Michael and LeBron. Now keep in mind, I say to people all the time, I'm a big Michael Jordan fan. I think Michael Jordan would still go down to me the greatest basketball player ever plays the game. But if I had to put a category and say who was the best all-around ball player that ever played the game, it's gonna be LeBron James. I think skill set wise, Michael Jordan was just he was an animal. He could play in this era.
I think that's my thing. I think he was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
I think he was ahead of his time. And it make him look like he was so much better.
Exactly.
Everybody around him was just not trash, but they played the game a different way.
I'm saying, when you say, I think he played at a above the rim type. He was at the flight. The flight took off, and he can jump. He can soar. He can stay in the air. He can do all this. And in the 80s, you didn't have that special type athlete. But now let's talk about basketball players. There was some great basketball players.
You said the 80s. Yeah, I agree. The 80s was pretty good. But let's go to the 90s. Who was it to really challenge him for real?
I'm talking about for skills.
Yeah,
the challenge was a teammate. It was a teammate.
I don't think his teammate. I think the team the teams that they had. You still had. I think
the top team during the 90s, they best players.
Well, but there was teams that were the best players.
Post players.
Most of them
post players. Yeah. But you think about it. The Knicks, right? We're talking about the Knicks.
Player.
Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing was
he was
a
center. Huh? He was a center.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you, their team.
Do you look at Patrick Ewing as a skill player?
I look at it like this, like you already made the point when you said you think Michael Jordan was ahead of the time. I think out of all the superstars back then, he probably the only one. His game would probably be the only one that could sustain what's going on now. I don't think them, like how y'all said, that bully ball, that wouldn't be able to. It's people too skilled now for them to get away with all that stuff they got away with. Then I think what separates him from them is the fact that his game probably would be the only game from back then that probably would be able to just that'll transition into this game right here, where he'll still be among one of the greats. That's how I feel about that part.
I don't know. I just think the basketball, you adapt to the way the game is being played. Just like the guys now are adapting to. See, this didn't happen in America. The type of ball that we're seeing now, it comes from overseas, and everybody they started seeing those guys from overseas being more skilled at 6'10", 6'9", 6'8". And we had to start catching up with that. So our guys started becoming guards. People started training guys to be guards. Whereas back in them days, if you 6'7", 6'8", you're a post player. And so I think the time forced the change. It wasn't so much the skill set. I think if you had to put those guys in the 80s and the 90s in an era now, they could adapt. A lot of those guys that you saw that are post players could be guards. They could have made the adjustment of being guards and being just as skilled as a lot of the second tier kids players are now today. I just honestly believe that. You have some very skilled guys playing in the league. But we talking about Jordan, but you're talking about Shawn Kemp. You're talking about Shawn Kemp. Shawn Kemp was a high flyer. And I know the late 80s and the 90s. You got to put those two eras together, really, because you're talking about Clyde Drexler. All them guys. Portland team was pretty good.
The thing, you just ahead of your time, man. You just playing with a bunch of football players playing basketball. I ain't trying to say they were like they're trash, but I'm just looking at 98 fun, man. I'm looking at you got what the man name for point guard? John Stockton, man. Come on, man.
John Stockton is the all-time. I think if I'm not mistaken, the all-time leading assists.
And he probably one of the top 3 or 4 point guards in the league doing that.
Me personally, I was not a John Stockton fan.
But okay, I understand. But answer that question: do you think he was a top 3 or 4 point guard in that era?
As far as the job he did, yes.
Point guard.
I think that's the job he did.
Okay, let me stop you there. Put him in today's game. What do you think he'll rank?
He could play in today's game.
I ain't saying do you still?
He could start in today's game with any of the top.
Okay, I understand. You talking about star. I'm talking about would you hold him in the same regard you hold like the top?
Will he be an all-star?
Yes.
Perennial all-star.
Yes. He'll be an all-star every year. I'm going to tell you why.
In the West?
I'm going to tell you why. Because his assist rate, turnover ratio was great. I mean, he was not flashy. And that's what we get caught up in a lot of times because we look at, me personally, when you start comparing him, you said John Stockton to Magic Johnson. You had to ask somebody who is the greatest assist or led the league or NBA in assists. No normal person probably would say my age probably would say Magic Johnson. John Stockton would never come to your mind because we got caught up in Magic, and Magic did it so it made it look good with Magic. Whereas John Stockton would come down and it would be boom boom.
You still and my question good. So you gotta think about it. You got people like Damian Lillard struggled in the All-Star game. And he put up point and he averaged 6-7 assists a game. Then that Chris Paul before the year struggling in the All-Star game and he averaged 17-18 points a game, flirting around 10 assists a game, struggling in the All-Star game.
Well, a lot of it got to do with now the East and the West. It went from the West has the most abundant talent. So quite naturally somebody gonna get caught up in the game of anything or whatnot. But you got to look at the way the All-Star game is being played now. You able to pick. It ain't about wait.
No, you got to get in the game first. You got to get one of them.
In the first. Then they pick.
They still do 12 and 12 for each side.
I thought they picked the teams.
No, they pick them, but after
you got to be voted in.
You still got to get voted in.
He would be voted in.
I don't think so.
He would be voted in the All-Star game.
Over who? You still ain't telling me who. I can run out about 5 point guards in the West.
Name them.
Okay, you got Steph Curry.
Okay.
Chris Paul. Damian Lillard. Westbrook.
He'll get past Westbrook.
No, you
won't.
No,
I'm
you
just
won't.
telling you, man. I'm telling you why.
That's not All-Star game. People want to see like the flash.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, he was not the most electrifying point guard even in his time. and he made all the.
No, I ain't talking
But
about next
even-
round. I'm just talking about better.
Yeah,
But I'm
because-
saying even now though, even with him not having that the people now ain't nobody gonna want to.
Watch
Especially
that.
if he playing on the West first, if he playing on the West on a team, it just say he playing for the Jazz now on the West.
And they're winning.
Nobody on who watched the Jazz to be able to tell you that they did like
Like-
you just gonna vote John Stockton in at this
Like
level.
Steve Nash, he got lucky. Them part was young.
Me personally, I don't think he'll be able to hold up against these boys.
No, he won't. He
Like,
won't.
these boys too fast, too quick, too
He
physical.
ain't
I
bad.
mean, we talking about talent wise, athleticism. Nah, all
Just
these
run
guys are
circles
not
around
better
him.
than him. But I was talking about as a point guard. He's what you need as a point guard. He can shoot the ball. He can score the ball. He's smart. He's very intelligent. He understands the game.
In this era, do you think he'd be a Hall of Famer? Like his career accolades?
No.
It depends on what his team
Strong.
did. Well,
And it get back to my point for Michael Jordan. I still think no matter what era Michael Jordan be in, he'll be a top of the line. He'll still be one of the top 2 or 3 players that ever play the game. I think he'll, no matter what era he playing. But I think it make his gap look so enormous because the era he was playing it. He was before his time. A lot of them guys went on his level. As far as today, he'll still be the great player, probably one of the big, if not the best player in the league, so like that. But the gap wouldn't be that big.
Well, let me ask
you
you
got other guys. Think about the stuff he was doing for dunking and stuff. You got B.C. level player doing that with E. You got high school player doing that stuff.
so what I'm saying to y'all right now, if LeBron and Michael was in this era together, you said all agree that Michael could play in this era, right? If Michael and LeBron was in this era together, who would you say would be the best player?
I'll take LeBron if he can do more.
Yeah, I'm gonna take LeBron too.
LeBron.
I'm gonna take LeBron too.
I'm biased. I'm Kobe. I'm Team Kobe. Like
So let's just say if Michael,
So basically,
LeBron,
you say you team
and
Kobe, you would say
So you would say Michael Jordan, basically.
no, I'm Kobe. Like
So you
It's the same,
saying?
they the same player, man. They really the
So
same.
let's say
player.
let's just for the sake of Antonio, let's say if you put Michael Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron James all in their prime, all in this era right now, who would you say would be the best player?
I'm still gonna say LeBron because
Yeah,
Michael Jordan and Kobe still the same to me, so I'm still gonna take LeBron.
LeBron.
Me personally, again, I have 2 different levels of the best player. You know, and I just think the biggest problem with people is that if you say best player, the best all around player to ever play the game, to me, 1A, 1B would be LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
How I say the best player, who you concern, surround that person with the least amount of talent,
What you got?
and you get further with.
I think they've been proven.
Yeah.
And that's why I say
That's why I
the
said-
best all around. Let me just say it like this right
Because
here.
think about it, with Michael Jordan, you still need a Scottie Pippen, somebody running offense to set the offense up, man.
Well, I agree.
You still need that.
It's a
LeBron,
lot-
you don't need that.
It's a lot of things that people don't. I didn't look at it in my era when I was big time cheering for Jordan that I'm seeing now with LeBron, and that's being with like. Let's get we'll go into Scottie Pippen, but let's go into this situation right here. He never won without Scottie.
Nobody really mentions that though. Like
He
they
never
just, they
won
just
without
sweep that
Scottie.
under the
You
rug.
know, even when Scottie, if we was just watching this then, even when Scottie was set out for the injury and set out, they struggled without him. You know what I'm saying? And then he came back, but he never won without Scottie. So when people say LeBron never won without a superstar, he had to go to Miami. You can't find out one team that won the championship in my era and I'm 50 years old, since I've been watching basketball, that has not had multiple superstars. So you can't say that about LeBron if you're gonna crucify LeBron for that, then you gotta crucify Jordan for the same thing. He never won without Scottie Pippen. And then he said in his own documentary that hey, there would be no Michael Jordan without Scottie Pippen right now. So that's just my thing. I just always consider LeBron to be the best all around player. He will go down to be the best all around player to ever play the game. Jordan and Kobe was in a different. They're in a different lane with me. They're probably the best 2 scorers to ever play the game. 1A, 1B, and I probably get an edge to Mike. But
I'm good with that.
yeah, they're probably the best 2
I
scorers.
just feel like LeBron just do more with less, man. He just cover so many holes that them guys can't. LeBron can get away with going 1 through 4 when he prime, sitting in the shell, go bang down the post. Them boys can't do it. For instance, Michael Jordan in the '91 final, Matt Johnson lit him up game 1, right? And they had put Scottie Pippen on guard. Well, that's what LeBron could have took that matchup. I seen LeBron in 2011 playoff when he shut down Derrick Rose, every full court. When Derrick Rose going on, that prime Derrick Rose.
Well, I mean,
When he sat down and shit on Tony Parker and took him out of the game. Whoever was going off in his prime, he could eliminate.
well, again, my biggest thing is I'm a big Michael Jordan fan. I was a big Michael Jordan fan, but if I had to start my team, I'd just be honest with anybody. I'm gonna start with LeBron James.
I think everybody here agree that
Yeah,
if
he
you can start your team.
Everybody.
Just be honest, man.
Just
Just be honest.
So why are you going with Kobe?
Because, man, like, he got the it factor, man. He's skilled. Like, he can do stuff LeBron can do. Kobe just don't do it. Like, he can do stuff LeBron can do. He can pass the ball. He can bring the ball to the floor. He can play the point guard position. He can do that stuff.
But he couldn't. His team wouldn't win with him doing that. LeBron could win with what he did. Kobe and Mike could. If they changed their game to play the way LeBron James said, their team wouldn't win.
So they not being themselves.
They would not being themselves. It kills that edge that they have over everybody else. That killing mentality.
So y'all
Black
saying
cat. That
LeBron
black mama.
won without just passing the ball. He had to score. LeBron had to score too.
Yeah.
Man.
But
I know.
I don't think they saying that way, Antonio. They saying that it ain't gonna. I don't think it'll. Like you see, prime example without in the game right here when they talking about how bad they struggle without Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan couldn't just sit back. He still had to put up what he went 18 for 38. He still had to put up numbers where LeBron probably could sit back. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't had that star next to him, he probably could afford to sit back and still play the type way he played. I look at LeBron more closer to being a point guard than anything. He that type of he like to make people around him better, and also he can also do that too. He can, like they say, I don't think them two guys could get in that mode where they just trying to make everybody around them better. I think still do what they need to do. I think
they could do it. They put their mind to it.
I think you can do it in spurt.
They can do it.
I don't think they could do it like he doing it.
They would
He
never
putting
pass
show.
up a shot at the end. Neither one of them. Neither one of those two guys would never pass up that shot. Whereas LeBron always, what people kill LeBron about is making the best decision. And the best is you teach kids how to make the best decision. And his best decision is I'm going to pass the ball to an open person versus me taking a 4 shot. Mike or Kobe would never pass up that ball.
Yeah, and I think that he gets so much. Everybody, even his fans, get on to him about that too. Like he ain't as aggressive. That mentality. That one thing I can't say. Their mentality is his mentality. Nothing like their mentality. They got to go. They got that hunger to go get it by any means. I'm the number one dog in charge. He don't do that. I think he like when they said he made the best basketball decision. Them two is ego driven. Is I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? With him, I think if somebody closing out him, he got the last shot. Somebody closing out on him, and he can make the extra pass. He gonna do that. The other two, I don't care. They sending 3. It's just how they wire. I'm gonna put the shot up. I'd rather for us to lose on us or for us to win.
And that's why I hate me being I consider myself to be like a true point guard when I play, and that's what I hate about everybody when they try to say stuff like what you just said about Michael Jordan and Kobe. That no matter if they got 3-4 people on them, they gonna shoot it. Well, they don't play basketball. They don't make it right because you're doing it. They don't make it right. They don't make you.
And people don't understand that.
They don't mean nothing because you being. That's just a
They
dumb basketball
feel
player.
they feel like if you arguing with a Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan fan and you bring that up right there, first thing they gonna say, LeBron James don't do it. We don't see LeBron James take no shot. He gonna pass the ball up.
Exactly.
He passed the ball because he making the best basketball decision. It ain't about him in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
About the
But
team.
I'm gonna go back to that All-Star game. Kobe told him, man, you got to live in that moment. What changed LeBron James since that All-Star game? When Kobe told him, stop trying to wait for the moment.
I don't think
When
that's. I think
they
he's the
He's still trying to
same.
be-
I think he's trying to hit the switch when
I think the conversation helps him because they're saying you can't shy away from shots like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you got to take every one of those shots. At that point in time, they were telling him you needed to take that shot right there.
Yeah.
They were telling him, and I also
That's
saying
the situation.
you needed to take that shot right there. Yeah, but he was open. He passed up his open shot for a better shot. What they thought was a better shot because it was a shorter distance shot. His shot would have been deeper from the top, but they thought they could have passed the ball on to make a better shot. But again, I mean, they wired different, man.
Yeah,
they call Mike was a black cat, Kobe is a black mamba, and they just wired totally different. And that's what I'm saying. You gonna when we get back into what we're talking about this documentary, you're gonna see. Hopefully, everybody else will see more. And we can come back again and talk about more different things about Mike and all that stuff there. But, from me being in that era, and that's all you heard about. He just wired differently. He would do anything and everything. And I'm anxious to see what's going to happen, and why he was so worried about how people are going to take this documentary, and how people might change their way of feeling about him based on some of the things they find out about this documentary. With that being said, I want to change the topic if I can.
Go ahead.
What about the Scottie Pippen thing? Y'all think that when we talk about Michael Jordan, do you think Michael Jordan was right when he said that Scottie Pippen was selfish?
I think it was a selfish act, but as being a teammate of somebody, I would have understood. I wouldn't have no hard feelings.
Yeah.
I would have understood where you coming from.
Especially about being in the same
Yeah,
situation.
but him waiting to have surgery, knowing the season when the season started, he could
That
have
was
had
selfish.
it was a selfish act. But like once again, like being a teammate and knowing why he was doing what he was doing, I would have been no problem. I would have understood where you coming
Yeah,
from. But
and then I would have spoke on like you
Yeah,
said in front on the camera. Now I don't got no problem with telling him behind the camera, look, hey man, what you did, that's selfish behind the camera. But I probably wouldn't never be the type of teammate I am. I'd never let y'all know that that that's what I told him or that type of
Years after, I probably would have never said that.
Yeah.
I would have never told him
then
about
I
that.
think it was selfish on Michael Jordan part too, because like kind of like what Draymond Green said, it's easy for you to say that because you get paid $36 million a year compared to me getting paid $2 million.
That big man, he should have stood
And
up.
plus all the money you getting paid off the court, you know what I'm saying? So it's easy for you to say
But
that.
I think people were saying that Jordan was in a similar situation before Scott, whereas he knew that they wasn't gonna pay him because they had just did him the same way. Because his first contract was the same way Scott was, long-term contract. That's why he wouldn't get paid a whole lot of money.
You think Jordan, he would have said something, they would have made it different?
But I tend to think this right here.
You
Me
think he
personally,
spoke up and said it would have made it different?
well, I think this right here. Me personally, and
Now, I will say this now. I get into LeBron. I don't give nothing else. He made sure them folk got paid. He made sure all these people got paid. Everybody that played with him got paid.
and that's what I'm saying. I believe that Jordan had no room to say. I ain't gonna say he had no room to say, but I wouldn't have said it because you got to think about it. In the situation, even if he didn't get paid, Jordan was making bukus of dollars with his shoes. I mean, he was making.
You know what I'm saying?
He had making bukus.
But go back to my point.
But I'm just saying.
You said when you get when you get paid all that money.
I'm curious to know did the conversation ever happen between the two? Saying that he had the same contract previous, was it ever a conversation
That's
between
what I'm
the
saying.
two?
Yeah.
And what was the conversation? Was it on some? Was it on some? Look, man, I done been there, done that. This what you need to do, or was it? I ain't gonna tell him certain stuff because I don't want him to, sit out or don't come or whatever. But in actuality, it still end up happening either way. Like
I just felt like he should have never said the guy was selfish because that situation. Me personally, I don't know. Are y'all talking about I want to move on? But I just want to move on to the fact that I believe that you don't judge a person like that anyway because of the situation he was in. Like Cole was saying, it's a totally different situation.
Okay, go and ask a question.
Well, my thing is, they say, do you think that Scottie was wrong for doing what he doing, sitting out after he had signed the contract? I don't think. I think me personally, it was shown it was shown before Scottie Pippen got there that Krause was egotistical person when he was just crazy. He didn't care nothing about nobody but himself. It was all about him from the very beginning. And there's no way possible that he should have not reconsidered Jerry Reinsdorf. Should have reconsidered that man contract.
The whole thing, even though I think Jerry Krause was wrong, but in their defense, man, like the man, they told him not to sign that contract, and you signed the contract. So pretty much, like, they don't have to come back and renegotiate if they don't want to. You signed the contract.
I think what you got to think. Me just looking at them and listening to him, you got to think what his head was at. And once again, right before he started discussing, before he signed the contract, or he was thinking about before he signed that contract, the show is giving you his family dynamic. If you look at the pictures they showing of Michael Jordan, you can tell his family had a little something. They weren't poor.
Yeah,
they weren't poor. They were middle class. Yeah. So some of the stuff that he was sacrificing for as making money, he was able to do it. But you talking about a man who from a town where he said 6,500 people live, right? How many siblings he had? 12. a dad in a wheelchair. And back then, in the days, the dad was bringing home all the money. And you had a brother in a wheelchair too. So I think at that time when he signed that contract, at that time he immediately think about his family at that time. What can I do? What can I do at that time? That money right there changed my family life. I'm pretty sure he know how good or how much he was worth before then. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking at the moment, this right here will take care of my family right now. Like we don't have nothing where we already established. My parents are already straight, already making money. But I feel like Michael Jordan probably came from that. You see the pictures, played with the white kids.
That's my point. That's my point. What I was saying.
Kids.
That's what I was saying. Mike. I was saying to Mike the other day that you can't put your you have to put your we saying right now in the state of mind that we in right now. That's why we say what we say.
Yeah.
But if you put yourself in a state of mind where I gotta make a decision whether or not I'm gonna be successful or stable for the rest of my life, or my parents gonna be taken care of, then I'm not mad at the decision he made.
Me either.
I'm not mad at the decision he made because
I think he should have been on himself.
I'm stopping right there. So if you gonna make that decision, you gotta be able to live with the consequence toward the end, man.
Yeah, and I think
that's my whole thing. You gotta be able to live with the consequence. Although I think they should have renegotiated the contract, man, because he outperformed the contract. They should have renegotiated. But still, at the end of the day, man, he gotta live with it.
Yeah, true.
He signed a contract, you gotta live with it.
I understand he gotta live with it.
I think that was the disconnect was it. I think he felt like once he showed his value, it should have been changed. But they weren't obligated.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't obligated.
It's like you trying to eat have your cake and eat it too, no?
Yeah.
But then the owner warned him though.
But the owner said that. But see, think about this. I keep saying, I say
But
this.
the owner can tell you that. But think of the owner mindset. The owner is already a billionaire.
That's what I'm saying.
That man didn't have nothing.
Yeah.
You gotta think. Then we came. What school he came through? Did he come through JUCO?
No, he went to Arkansas. He Central Arkansas, but he was
Yeah. You gotta think how many people he had
And
around
he
him
was
who
the
could
manager.
educate him.
And he was
He
the
was the
manager.
manager. Yeah,
He was the
got
manager,
home.
too.
How many people around him could educate him really at the time or what he was doing at the time? Besides him listening to, I'm sitting up here listening to a rich white man. All your family taken care of. You gonna tell me not that I ain't never probably seen 18,000 in my life, let alone 18 million. You gonna tell me you think it's a bad contract?
Yeah.
Nah, I signed. We gonna get
roll
something.
with it.
We
I'm
gonna roll
gonna
with it.
take the guy. And then, like I told y'all,
But like you said, they already poor anyway. So why you can't?
But you see, but man,
There's a difference
you gotta
between
talk to
poor.
somebody who being poor and trying to get out. But they gonna bite at if they ain't got this right here, they gonna bite at the first thing you offer them. If they don't have no sense or nobody behind them telling them, no, you don't jump at everything you got. And I feel like that's what he lacked. I don't feel like he had that in his ear. I don't feel like he had that help to tell him, no man. Like somebody on that he could relate to him. Not nobody in no suit that's already got billions of dollars. Somebody who was equally there with him that could tell him, no man, I know this is what you want to do for your family, but you can get more. You know what I'm saying? If somebody at that moment. But like Mike said, he signed the contract. I think the disconnect fell off with him was when his value increased.
Yeah.
But he was stuck already.
But like I said, think about this right here. Just think about this right here. We talked about this as well. Yeah, it was a situation that the owner knew in the past. He knew that they already knew that he whatever contract you sign, you know, that's where you're gonna stay with him, and that's based on his money and what he felt was gonna be right for his organization. But like I said, he turned around and became one of the richest organizations ever because of that group of young men. And when you got rewarded with all that TV contract, what is it for you to go back and say, listen, I ain't never done this way, but we just got all this damn money from the sponsorships and the TV deals and all this stuff right here. Let me go back and redo Scott's contract. Me, first of all, hold on, wait a minute. First of all, going back to if you care. That goes back to what Carlos just said. You're talking about, and again, it's not racist at all. But when you're talking about rich white people who got this right here, if you care that you know where this guy come from, Jerry Krause was the one who recruited Scottie Pippen. So he knew where Scottie Pippen came from. Why not go back in and say, no, we need to take care of Scottie?
Yeah, I agree, man. Most good people did that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, he's not obligated to do that.
He's
Once
not
you sign
obligated.
that
He's
contract,
not obligated.
that contract.
He signed.
My whole thing with Scottie Pippen, man, I'm saying is, why sign your pretty much your NBA career away, sign a long 7-year deal, when you could have double dipped, got dipped in that pot twice.
Lack of information, lack of education, lack of just not knowing. I guarantee you, if you can interview that man on that specific topic, and you ask him who was around you at that time,
who gave
you the information?
Did Jordan sit down and talk to you and say, "This, like what I said, this is"? I just went through the same thing, man. Don't do that.
No, but at the time he was still in his I think 7 or 8 year deal too, because his deal came up.
I just think at the end of the day it come down to education. He wasn't educated on the topic. He didn't have. I don't think he had people in his corner that could help him.
And when you worried about, excuse me for cutting y'all, but when you worried about financially,
how we gonna eat?
My mama no gonna take. Listen, I'm in a position right now. I ain't never had nothing in my life. And I know y'all say, okay, I'll gamble myself. But I ain't never had nothing in my life. And I got 18 million sitting right here. But I'm finna risk this whole 18 million for something that I think I can get. When I got this 18 million, old folks just say, a bird in the hand beats two in the bush. He gambled on the fact that I can take care of my... We talking about 18 million, y'all, in the 90s?
What Mike is saying is, I think what you're saying is basically you already poor. So what's the risk of you?
There's a difference
taking
in
$3-4 million.
There's a difference in being poor.
Your
And you got a dad who, like what I was saying earlier. You got a back in them days. You got the dad, the male figures pretty much take care of the house. You don't know what that man's financial situation was with his mother when his dad had got confined to a wheelchair. We
understand that, but you already poor. We say you already poor. So what's the difference?
But I'm saying that's what I keep saying. Education. Did he have any? You can tell probably where he from. And I ain't trying to knock no country town, nothing like that. But you can tell where he was from. He came from. What type of environment he come from. He knew just this. What was in this box? What was in this square? He didn't know nothing else. If he didn't have the people around him to tell him, Scotty, I know you want to take care of your family right now, but if you wait, you can do this, and multiply that. You gonna jump. You're not gonna
sign this many deals, Scotty. You gonna be okay.
No, you're not gonna tell me you to watch your mama, your siblings suffer for this many
12.
years.
He got 12.
This many years. You gonna I'm gonna wait.
But think about Carl. We saying you ain't gonna wait. You still gonna get that money.
Yeah, you still
gonna get that money for them first 3 years. But after them 3 years old, you get re-up again.
Listen to what he said.
He
said,
you already poor. So what's the difference?
Again, education. Did he have anybody around him to tell?
We don't know. We don't know that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying.
pretty sure you gotta have an agent back then. They just did it themselves.
But look at that. Think about it now. Think about it now. So you go back and look at all them deals. We talking about Scottie Pippen deal because of course he attached to Michael Jordan and it's on TV right now. Go back and look at all the sidekicks, probably NBA contracts back then. I bet you a lot of them were bad. We really comparing it to what it is really based on today. Cause like Dad said, if you make $18 million back then,
I'm basing on back then. I'm saying compared his contract compared to other elite players in the league at that time. I know it ain't even compared to the players now.
No, all them
if you don't have the education, I don't care what nobody tell you. If you don't have if nobody around you telling you don't do this, don't do that, you gonna do it.
Here's the thing. You forget, and you can when we go back and we come back and do this for the 3 and 4 episode. I want you to go back before 3 and 4 and look at 1 and 2 again and listen to that when they said Jerry Reinsdorf told him. And I think I take that back. I think I saw that the next day on Stephen A's show when they said that Jerry Reinsdorf told him, now listen, you can sign this contract. I don't advise you to sign this long-term contract. I don't advise you to sign this long-term contract. But now here's the difference. You sign this short-term contract, you get hurt. That's it. You sign this long-term contract, you get hurt. I'm still gonna pay you. So after 2 years, your career is over with. 3 years, your career over with. They ain't gotta re-sign you.
But you saying like worst case scenario, he have a career in the injury. He just have a
gonna get paid, but you gotta think about it. He gonna get if he get hurt in year 3, year 2, year 3. That's what I'm saying. If he get hurt in year 2 or year 3, and he gets hurt in year 2. Well, they only gonna pay him for year 3. That's it. Nobody's gonna re-sign him. But if he got hurt in year 2 or year 3, and he still had a 7 or 8 year deal, he gonna get paid $2.3 or $2.8 million for the next 4 or 5 years.
Count Antonio, it's 5 of us. It's 5 of us, and if he was paralyzed and one of y'all paralyzed, somebody saying 18 million.
6 of us.
The 5 with
5 kids.
5 kids with Tony. that 5 was.
One,
I'm
two,
sorry,
three,
I thought you
four,
were talking about 6. I'm
five
sorry.
kids. You
I thought,
adult.
okay, I'm sorry.
You
Okay.
daddy.
I thought-
He added that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and somebody tell me you can get this. Okay, look, with the same deal, the way Dad just set it up, wrote it out, set it out. He said you gonna guarantee to get 18 million, right? You do the all 7 years,
Yeah.
but in the third, if you do the 3-year one, you ain't guaranteed nothing after the 3rd year.
Yeah.
And I know that 18 million I can get some type of rehabilitation for you to try to make one of y'all, help get back, take care of bills for years to come. Mama ain't gotta work. I can set some of my siblings to start their life and make more money.
I understand.
I'm gonna go with
but
it. I'm
saying,
not gonna sit here and let y'all keep suffering for another 2 years.
No, but you're not
They're
suffering for it. You
not
already
suffering.
poor. You don't have nothing now.
No,
You have
think about
nothing.
it. Think about it.
Who wanna still be poor?
Hey.
How gonna be poor if you get 9-10 million for 3 years? How you poor?
But what's gonna happen when that 9 or 10 million wear out?
Yeah, what happened with that wear out?
You
What happened with 18 million?
How you
19 million? Wow.
How you gonna get a new contract if you hurt and nobody sign you?
So when you get hurt, you get 7. 18, what?
No,
So I'm still getting other 9 million. I got another 9 million coming in.
If I get hurt at year 3,
I still got
year
another
2.
9 million.
If I get hurt at year 2, I sign a 3-year deal for 10 million. And I get hurt in year 2. He gotta only pay me for year 3. But if I sign a 7-year or 8-year deal, and I get hurt in year 2 or year 3, he gotta pay me a.
You doing worst case scenario.
That's what he was talking about. He was saying he was already experiencing back pain. He didn't know whether or not
You
he
the
was
only one heard that part. I ain't never gonna
I'm
say.
telling you, it's in there.
I gotta write that
My
again.
thing is, you doing worst case scenario. He have a
Nah,
career.
man,
Listen.
nigga, where you come from.
Yeah, that's all I'm
I'm talking
saying.
about best case scenario.
Okay,
so
but
what's
you-
the difference? You
No,
talking about best
okay,
case
I'm
scenario.
talking about a scenario anyway. Think about it. If he signed a 3-year deal, all right, his 3-year deal come up. Say Scottie Pippen don't ride to be one of the top 2-3 players in the league, and he's just an average player. He still gonna get that same money he signed that 7-year, 18 million deal, cause the money went up.
Mikey, you missing the fact that the man said that he was going through back pains already. He didn't know where his career was going to go. So if he's
He didn't want to
worried-
take the chance.
He
That
didn't
once
want to-
again, that you got to have people around you to tell you, Scotty. You take that 3-year deal, man. I guarantee you, something gonna be out there for you in 3 years. If you don't have nobody in your ear saying that, you gonna jump at them
Well,
7
we're
million.
going to hide the injury. We're going to stop telling everybody about your back, and because we're going to hide this injury because we got to get that new contract. But you need to take this short-term contract.
I'm
so
getting 99.9% sure Scottie Pippen wouldn't have had no problem getting another contract.
No, I feel like another team.
Mikey,
offered
we
him.
talking
I
about-
know somebody gonna offer him a
Somebody
contract.
offered-
I'm just saying, I ain't even talking about the elite type contract when he get one of the high paid players. I'm saying he gonna get that $2 million regardless. Cause the money, all the money with him. And think about y'all keep talking about he poor. That was his second contract. Think about he was already getting $700,000 for the first 2 or 3 years he was in the league.
$700,000 for 3 years in the league.
No, each year.
$700,000. He playing with Chicago Bulls. He got.
You know, that was back in the 80s. Like, first 3 years, you getting $700,000. That thing is
But
like
Mike,
700. Hold up,
yeah.
$700,000 a year. I'm saying, think about your family come from them, right?
Yeah, that's
they
already.
used
Yeah.
to
That's all I'm
struggle,
saying.
getting people
That's all
and
I'm
stuff.
saying.
So
That's a couple-
$700,000
that's
is
a
a big
couple million.
difference.
That's what I'm
you,
saying.
You can be able to you can make some things shake.
You can make some, but if you're in the NBA and you think $700,000, when I buy my mom, listen, Mike, today,
Take it to where you living at too, because some that cost something here might not cost that where he was playing at too. So you.
and just think about it, just say for instance, he paid by even within a $500,000-$600,000 house now, probably a $150,000 house, $200,000 house back then, right? Y'all agree? Am I right? Right? It was anywhere between $500,000 and $700,000 house now. Would probably be equivalent to they'd probably been $100,000 house or $200,000 house back then. So what I'm saying, just imagine if you paid $200,000 for a house for your parents, and you're talking about
First off, you know you get $700,000. I'm not finna
12 siblings with nothing.
$200. I'm not finna go buy $200,000. I'm gonna make sure they straight and comfortable. But that part of you gotta be smart with your money. You gotta live within your
And
means,
the
man.
damn said like that right
You
here.
gotta live-
If he ain't had nobody around him, he had to make the best decision on his own. That's hard to make that decision on his own. He had to make that decision on his own. That was a hard decision. But like you said, at the end of the day, it was up to him that when he made a decision, he should have told himself, I'm gonna live with whatever.
You gotta live with it. That's my whole thing. You gotta live with it.
You just gotta live with
You
it.
gotta live with it.
And I
You
think
can't have your cake and eat
you
it.
can't- yeah,
But you
yeah,
gotta think about it. I think in his own selfish ways, he lived with it. He went about handling it just like he said. We could say they could have re-upped his contract. he could have went and had the surgery
Yeah,
and
he
been back
could,
and play.
yeah, he
But he said, okay, since y'all didn't do what y'all could have done, I'm not going to do what y'all think I
But
should
then
do.
they go back to be thinking who he had in his corner, because anybody with common sense would have told him, don't do that, Scott. No matter how mad you are, you at the end of the day, you ain't doing nothing behind yourself. Yeah. No matter how upset you are about them about that contract, and that ain't, like you said, that ain't gonna make them, that ain't making them obligated to change your contract. I think once again, if he had somebody in his ear, he would have never set out. He would have went ahead and got that surgery, and the thing would have played out probably a little bit more for them at that part of the season.
Yeah. I mean, like I said again, I think all of it is a bunch of. Hopefully, we'll find out more in this era, in this third episode with Dennis Rodman and all that stuff there. But I think the biggest issue with me was, like I said, I'm a big Jordan fan, but like I said, I don't understand how anybody can say he. I think Steve Kerr went back and said that they all supported Scottie Pippen in the decision he made, whereas Jordan was saying that they was disappointed as a team, and because they thought it was selfish on him. So there's kind of some contradiction about that in the days to come. So I think this thing's gonna get a little bit of meaty with this whole thing. I'm anxious to see what's gonna go down.
What they talking about tonight? They're gonna talk about the Jordan rule, not? Are they talking about Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman gonna be about this.
Yeah,
it's about Dennis Rodman.
They didn't get along.
No.
No, it's about Dennis Rodman, how they handled him.
I tamed him, he was getting carried. I think a lot of kids gonna learn. Coaches and kids gonna learn a lot if they do it how they supposed to do it. Showing his light compared to everybody else on the team and how you just can't. Ain't no such thing as no one straight way. I can't teach y'all. I can't punish y'all and all that stuff.
Some of our parents need to watch this episode right here because with the situation what we got with our teens and stuff, like parents think all kids should be equal.
Yeah, that ain't no way.
That ain't possible. Like,
somebody should be treated fair, but not equal.
Yeah, treated fair, but some you gonna tend to some kids because their background is different than the other kids.
Some kids.
Our parents these days don't realize that, and they need to watch this episode tonight.
So to kind of piggyback on that, so there's some other things y'all learn as being like coaches or whatever, basketball player, whatever like that, from the documentary.
I like that, almost based on what Tony just said about that. I like the fact that parents should have learned what a lot of folks are talking about a whole lot now is that they got to let coaches coach kids. They got to deal with some decisions. You got to make your kid not be willing to quit, or you go confront people because of what goes on, or you dislike, or your kid came back and said this. Well, Mike said he went back and told his mom he got cut from the team. Yeah. She said she didn't tell him, okay, baby, you ain't gotta play that no game no more.
Let's transfer.
That coach. Let's transfer.
I like that.
She told him, hey, listen. And she cried with him.
Yep.
And then she told him, if you want to make that team, you need to bust your butt. And that's what people got to start. It is so. You see it so much now with this transfer portal. We talk about the coronavirus and all that different stuff right there going on right there, but you see it now with this what they call it, transfer portal. I mean, 900 kids in the transfer portal this year. Y'all, that comes from the fact that so many times, and what we do in travel ball, I coach college ball as well, but in travel ball, with so many times when people do,
team to team.
Well, but you tell these kids how great they are, and now when they get with somebody who can help them out, somebody can help them out, and but they rile them or they tell them your do stink. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. It's easier for them to move on to the next team.
Not necessarily just the kid, the parent.
The parents also.
The parent, the parent.
It started the parent. Everything I tell people all the time when they come, most of that stuff be learned behavior.
Yeah, learned behavior.
And them kids don't start acting like that until an adult and put it in their head. This is how you supposed to respond, or this is how you supposed to react when something like this happens to you. And I think it started at home. When parents started going back to how our parents were, just like Michael Jordan mama said, she cried with him, and then you want something, I'm going to tell you to go get it. I'm not going to make no shortcuts for you to get it. Much as I love you, you going to work hard and you going to earn everything you got. Nowadays, that ain't that. If we cut a kid.
You don't like that kid, or say you didn't get that kid that playing time, they mess up practice the whole week. You get in the game, you don't play him. They gonna build another 18 in there.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
You don't talk about your slow walking down.
Instead of you being the parent, like, you did wrong in that practice. Now you need to go down and do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be talented. But now they want to go to the next thing.
I talked to a coach, and he told me that he saw one particular kid play with 4 teams in the month of July.
That's a bad sign. Like people don't want to recruit that.
You know, and it's just
You send the
bad.
kid
No
up
loyalty.
for
You gotta
failure. You
loyalty
send the
to
kid
that.
up for
Yeah.
failure, not only with sports, but with relationship and stuff, period. Friendships, all that stuff, period. You teaching the kid when something get hard, you don't got to stand up and try to face that obstacle. Run and go somewhere else and try to figure out another way. And that's all you're gonna do for the
It
rest of
only
your
gonna
life.
make them kids tough at the end of the day. They gonna learn how to get through stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
I know
Well,
how to handle this situation.
like what I said, even with all this stuff, it's like learn mechanism. They teach them how to compete. It starts from there. You know, with a lot of the teams and a lot of folks and how they do things for us, loading up teams and stuff like that. It's just too much of we make it easy for them too much. You know what I'm saying? Versus making it uncomfortable for them. Coach Steele always say something about this. Coach Steele always say this: you got to put some rocks in the shoes. You got to put some rocks in. Make them uncomfortable. Make kids uncomfortable. So they learn how to adjust and how to make things
Become strong.
become
Like,
better
people
people.
comfortable being
When parents look at the
Yeah.
coach and when you make it uncomfortable, they be like, okay, what they trying to do to hurt my kid? No, I'm trying to
They
help
take
your
it
kid.
personal.
Yeah, it ain't personal. I'm trying to help your kid. Like, just compete and see what happens.
Well,
now you compete on this level, you on this level. Like, okay, I've been through this, so I know what to do.
And
now.
they don't
I
understand.
know what to do.
I think a lot of folks don't understand that. I know for us, it was hard for us playing basketball. All this soft stuff they get away with now, you wouldn't stand a chance. And I think I appreciated it so much when I got in college because it was like it wasn't easy, but I was prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? I knew what was coming. I knew how hard it was gonna be. I knew that I had to face this. I knew I just couldn't quit and just run and go because it wasn't easy back then just to be like, I'm quitting whatever they got now, transfer portal and getting into all that right there. It wasn't that simple. It wasn't that easy back then as it is now. So I think that play a part in it. Too.
And make them cow. Even with the system can almost make them cowards out of them.
Yeah.
Because now, you know, it used to be a time you had to go into your college coach and say, I want to be released.
Yeah,
and now the coach got to decide on whether or not they're going to release you. Now you don't have to do that. You go to the compliance and tell them, hey, I want my name in the transfer portal. The coach find out once your name go in the transfer portal. And so it makes it easy for those kids to be able to say, the hell with you, I'm moving on to something better. And so, you know, again, man, you know, I hope that parents took that. I know some people posted it on Facebook, or whatever, but I hope parents, that's the thing I got more from it.